Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew. I'm Joel.
I'm Grandpa.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Petey.
I'm Daniel.
And we're some of the Veggie boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. We're starting our day off a little on the sweeter side, and literally on the sweeter side. Grammy at the moment is working on making apple butter. As you can see, she is slicing some apples. And then over here, she has 2 pots of apples going. And if that wasn't enough apple for the day, she's got apple dumplings right here. Don't ask me for Grammy's apple butter recipe. The amazing thing about Grammy's apple butter is that it's all different types of apples.
I pretty much use what needs to be used up.
Now, after we got finished off with our morning chores, we moved on to a big job, which is grinding feed.
At the moment, we're grinding feed for cattle. We've done 1 batch, but we have to do a second. And we already ground the meat chicken feed and the lay chicken feed.
Every type of animal on the farm gets a different recipe when it comes to grinding their feed, and that's to make sure all of our animals grow healthy and efficiently.
How do we want to do this? Like, where at do we want to do it down here?
Keep going, you're good! Whoa! Joel just got back from grabbing our wagon. Now at the moment this is full of oats. Now we use oats for a number of things, but the most important thing is feeding our animals with it. Now we're gonna be emptying this wagon that is full of oats into some bins. This wagon is like a Swiss Army knife on the farm. We use it for so many different things. And what we're gonna be needing it for sooner rather than later is 1, potato harvest, and then 2, corn harvest.
Heave, men! Heave!
All right, Petey, we're giving you a bath. Come over here. Good. We've got our wagon and auger into place. We've got some bins ready to be filled here. So we should be ready to go any minute now. We just need to grab our motor and hook it up to the wagon. Now some people are gonna be wondering, are we gonna be planting any of these oats that we're saving? And the answer is no. We probably could replant some of the oats, but we always plant certified seed. We don't wanna leave the idea of feeding our animals up to chance, so we like to make sure that we use certified seed. I think it would be okay to just replant the oats that we had already harvested, but we want absolutes, we don't want maybes. Faster, Petey. Everything into place, and we've unloaded 2 bins of oats out of the wagon, but it is lunchtime, so we're gonna head up and eat and then continue unloading this afternoon. Good, I'm hungry. Is it tacos?
Carnitas.
Carnitas. We are having carnitas for lunch today. Grammy's got some extra apple dumplings there. Looks good. We got all finished with lunch, and now we're making our way down around back because we're gonna start unloading again. Now, if you've been following us for quite some time, you know that we raise oats for our animals. I had mentioned it earlier. But oats are also valuable because a byproduct of the oats would be oat straw that we sell through the farm market. So although we raise the oats, the head of grain, for our animals, we're still able to profit off of it by selling the straw. At the moment, we are up on our potato harvester. We're gonna try and get it started.
We had to take the injector pump out to get it rebuilt. We had to put on a new fuel filter, clean the injectors, and put on a new fuel line and a new secondary filter.
And with all that done, is it gonna start now? No. The only thing we're thinking, we gotta hook it up to the tractor. Everything turns, everything's moving free. It's just not starting. We believe the issue is it needs to be hooked up to the tractor. We'll have to test it once we have it hooked back up. We're moving some oats into greenhouse number 5. The calves are getting all excited. They have no idea what's going on, but they're running back and forth. Now, some of you may be curious as to why we're not storing the oats inside the buildings, and the reason for that is because oats attract a lot of attention. Rats and mice love oats, so we don't like to store them in any buildings so that it doesn't attract any rodents into the buildings. Now, we still need a dry place to store them, and the greenhouses are really good for that. And another reason why the greenhouses are so good, we do have a few cats here on the farm, and they like to hang out in the greenhouses, so they protect our oats. Right, Mr. Turkey? The turkey was over here enjoying oats too. We don't want you getting in trouble. We got our wagon all unloaded and we've got all our totes put away. So now we have a wagon ready to use for potatoes. And then once we finish off potatoes, it'll be ready for corn. Well, we just tried to start the digger. We had some promising signs, but we have another job we need to take care of. We're gonna go and harvest our test plot of beans. So while we go and harvest our test plot of beans, we're gonna continuously be charging the battery on the digger. And then the next time we try, it just might start. And that's an exciting thought. Before we can get our bean test plot harvested, we need to unload our truck because we need something to put the beans into. And right now it's full of sawdust. Right now the boys are setting up for weighing the beans after we harvest them. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through and harvest these varieties one at a time. And then once we harvest the variety, we're gonna weigh them and then use a mathematical equation that we have to find out bushel per acre, and we'll be able to find out test weight. And this is all to help our customers or farmers in our local area find out which soybeans did the best in a year like we had with this one, which was a dry year. So we're gonna go variety by variety, harvesting the beans, and then figuring out all the information that we need.
Matthew, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Can you please explain the numbers to me?
Yeah, Joel, these are just different varieties of soybeans, because not all soybeans are the same.
Don't need this getting in the machine. Now, as you guys have seen, after we finish off a variety of beans, what we will do is unload them into this tote, and then Joel brings them over to where the boys are, and this is where they're finding out all the numbers they need for the harvest of beans. They offload it off of the tote into a barrel, and then we have our barrel on a scale so that we can get the exact weight. Now once we finish off weighing the beans, Matthew will take a sample of those beans and he will test the moisture and he will find out the test weight. And then once we take the weight of the beans, the test weight of the beans, and the moisture, and then we use a mathematical equation that is designed specifically for our field, we can find out the exact yield of an acre of beans. So these many different varieties of beans that we're harvesting right now, once we finish off the mathematical equation, we will be able to find out how much these beans would yield per acre. It's pretty cool that we're able to do that, and it helps our customers and the other farmers in the area figure out which beans would be the best for their planting season. Now this would be a lot easier if we had a wagon with a scale and an auger on it, but sadly we do not. So this is the next best method. Look who just showed up.
I didn't show up. What are you talking about? I'm going hunting.
It looks like Ralph just got off work and he was driving by and he saw us, so he stopped. But apparently you're going hunting.
Yep. No time for work today.
What happened, Matt?
Eric's good.
No, it's off by.
Hey, I weigh as much as Petey.
Is that kilograms or is that?
Oh, it may be. There we go. It's right then.
You don't weigh as much as Petey now?
Nope. Turns out I'm over double.
Dad showed up and he totally messed up our scale. He caused a lot of issues.
Yeah, we were a well-oiled machine until you got here.
76 bushel, 87 bushel, 85 bushel, 85 and a half, 75 and a half. What's going on, Pete? It's not at my place, is it? No. Okay.
Okay, kids at home, this is the math you need to do to figure out what your yield is. So you take the number 100 and then you subtract the moisture. So for this variety, it's 16.2. And then you multiply that by the weight of the grain. So in this case, it's 295. Then you multiply that by our factor, which is 109.815, that's the secret number to make this whole thing work. And then you divide that by the length of the field, so 230 feet. And then you divide that by the width of the planting in inches, which is 180. And then we get to 65.5 bushels per acre. We have 65.5 bushels per acre.
Well, that's the shortest season.
Yeah.
So this matured when it was so dry. Our first variety is a 23 variety, a 2-3. So this matured before we had all the rain, with 65 bushel, which is very good.
Yeah.
Then the next variety is a little longer season, a 2-5. That's 75.5 bushel. The 2-8 is 85 bushel, so we must have got a nice shower there before
I
that.
think these were able to take advantage of that late rain
Yeah,
that we got.
the late rain, because
This one
then
missed it.
So it looks like it went from the 65 bushel to a 75 bushel, and then our later seasons were 85, 85, 87, and then
our longest season was 76 bushel, which is still very good, but we can see it's not as good as the others, which leads us to believe that these ones got frosted early, so they weren't able to fully mature.
And what this helps the farmers in our area to appreciate, that these middle varieties, so our 4 middle varieties, did the best as compared to the early and the late variety. And that's the information we were looking for as people who sell seed. That's very important information for us to have and for us to share with the customer.
What are we doing, buddy, huh? I'll tell you who's a fat load. Number 50.
Just as fat
No,
as your 48,
no,
your
no,
48
no.
is as big around as 50.
No.
They like big cows.
We just got finished feeding animals for the night, so we're heading up. We're at the end of the day and it's an exciting time. We got the farm market closed up and we think this engine's gonna run. I think it's safe to say Joel's excited. Well, everyone is starting to get late. We made it up to the house. For dinner tonight, we are having raviolis. Which I don't know about you, but I enjoy raviolis. Now dinner's gonna look a little bit different tonight. Not everybody is up here. I had mentioned in the previous video Lauren wasn't feeling good, and she's still not feeling good, so I want to be able to help her put Callie down tonight and take care of Callie. So since not everybody's up here, I'm gonna start eating, and this is where we're gonna end the video today. I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!